Lucifer is a show about the devil getting bored in hell, moving to LA to run a nightclub, helping a detective solve homicide mysteries, and going to therapy. When you say it like that, it sounds like a terrible idea for a show. But here we are, with a show that people fought for, and now we have 6 seasons. The show started in 2016 and was cancelled at the end of season 3 in 2018 by Fox on a massive cliffhanger. The showrunners, fans, and the cast rallied hard on social media with the hashtag Save Lucifer campaign, which saw the show picked up by Netflix and 3 more seasons were created. There was a big tonal difference between Fox and Netflix seasons, but the underlying characters and the fun of the show stayed the same. Without having to make 22 episode seasons, Netflix had the opportunity to explore deeper themes and had less filler episodes. For me personally, I came into the show late. I started watching just after part 1 of season 5 dropped on Netflix, and I have to say that if it wasn't for YouTube fan videos of Chloe and Lucifer hooking up, I may not have made it through season 3. So now, let's investigate the pilot and see what fun we can uncover in this episode. Number 1. Sympathy for the devil. I love Lucifer.
Of course she does. What's not to like?
As a character in this show. I feel like you have to qualify that statement, otherwise people look at you funny. But they did such an amazing job of setting him up as a character in just a few scenes. We get the fun, rule-breaking side of Lucifer. You get the feeling that he's here to have fun, cause trouble, and maybe corrupt those around him with his powers that are on full display.
You break the law sometimes, don't you?
Sometimes. Put my siren on and drive really fast for no reason at all, just because I can.
But his charm and easy confidence have you intrigued. Then we see the people around him questioning what he's doing. Maze wondering why he's still on Earth and not doing something more
significant.
You get the feeling that Lucifer's bored and that he's looking for something that he hasn't been able to find in hell or yet on Earth. We also get Amenadiel showing up and making some vague threats about what will happen to hell without Lucifer being there.
What exactly do you think happens when the devil leaves hell? All of those demons. Where do you think they go?
Even in his defiance, we see that Lucifer is afraid of his brother and what Amenadiel wants from him. Then we get my favourite moment of setting up his character, and that is his vulnerability and genuine care of Delilah, a singer that he helped.
Pull yourself together. That's it. That's all I'm asking.
He truly cares for her well-being and wants her to get her life back together. It also provides us with the confirmation that in this world, the devil doesn't make anyone do anything.
So the devil made you do it, did he? The alcohol and the drugs, the topless selfies. The choices are on you, my dear.
Finally, when Delilah is killed, we see his anger and his need for punishing the guilty.
Oh, it's times like this I wish I was still in hell. All the fun activities that I've planned for you.
9 minutes into the show, and we already have a fully fleshed out character that we understand so much about, even if we're still not sure that we should like him or not. I mean, he is the devil after all, and we all have expectations of what that means. He is complex and intriguing, and all of this happens before we've even introduced to Chloe. Number 2, our cast of characters. Chloe, Amenadiel, Dan, Maze, Trixie, and Linda. We won't spend too much time on them today, as there'll be more to say going forward. However, I feel that they nailed these characters right from the get-go. Linda, as our therapist, is on point and poking at Lucifer's issues right from their first meeting.
You say it's fascinating, and yet I can see that it disturbs you, doesn't it? Deeply.
The use of Lucifer's powers in this scene put me off a little bit. Thankfully, they changed how that worked going forward. But her quirky nature and roll with the punches attitude does stay with her. We don't get much time with Maze in this episode, but we find out that she's from hell and that she works for Lucifer. She does ask some of the big questions in this episode though, and has a way of pushing Lucifer to do things, even if it's not in the direction she wanted. Amenadiel is actually frightening this early on.
I would love a war.
I had forgotten about that. His character goes to such interesting places in the show that this early version is almost jarring. But to get there, he had to start here, the menacing warrior and messenger from God. I had forgotten how much of a condescending douche Dan was this early in the piece.
Yeah, Chloe, it is your case. But try not to take too much time. It's an easy one. That's our bad guy.
I get that in his own way, he's trying to help Chloe with the case, but it doesn't come across as supportive at all.
There's going to be a lot of attention on this one, Chloe. I wouldn't pick at it too hard.
It is very true to his characterization overall, trying to do the right thing, but always seeming to get it wrong. And like Amenadiel, I like where his character goes. Trixie, Chloe and Dan's daughter. I feel like her being introduced as having punched a mean girl for picking on someone at school sums up Trixie perfectly. She's open and friendly and trusts herself, even at this early age of 7.
So, I keep learning a new touch trick swear.
Also, her love of Lucifer is always fun to watch on screen.
Lucifer!
Yes, hello, child. Why don't you save some of this unpleasantness for your mother, yeah?
And last but not least, at least for now, Chloe. Like Lucifer, we learn a lot about her, but it takes a little longer and a lot of prodding from Lucifer for it to come out.
Tell me, what do you actually want?
You mean, what do I desire more than anything else in this life?
Yes, but no tricks. Not that they work on you, you freak. Seriously, I'm curious.
We learn that she was an outsider for a movie that she did,
Of course, Hot Tub High School, that's where I know you're from.
and for a shooting that she saw differently from everybody else in her department.
I wouldn't pick at it too hard. Not after Palmetto Street.
I asked for this case because of Palmetto Street, Dan.
This makes her more determined to prove herself as a detective, but she does not bow down to the pressures of those around her.
You mean the open and shut one? You did open and shut it, right?
She's also very good at rolling with the information that Lucifer can get from people. We see this with Linda and Grey Cooper. The moment in the bar with Lucifer allows us to see her as a bit more vulnerable and opening up on some of the pressures that she has in her life. Number 3, subverting expectations. I love a show that can subvert your expectations in ways that you don't expect. Now, a show with Lucifer as your protagonist was always going to have this, and the best has to be the devil going to therapy. When Maze suggests that he does something significant with his existence, he comes back with,
I'm retired, Maze. I've got nothing but time.
you can see that he doesn't like the idea, but that he's not sure what else to do. Then after he goes through the case with Chloe, Maze basically tells him,
You're the devil.
that's his push to go and do something more. I mean, of all people, the devil must have some pretty serious emotional baggage to unpack, right? I love that he's self-aware enough to know that he needs the help, but we have to wonder how receptive he will be to the process.
Lately, I've been doing a fair amount of thinking. Now, do you think I'm the devil because I'm inherently evil, just because dear old Dad decided I was?
Number 4, calling her Chloe. It feels so wrong for Lucifer to call Chloe, Chloe. For the rest of the show, he refers to her as Detective.
Detective, welcome to the party.
So every time he calls her Chloe, it really stands out. It happens twice in this episode. The first is when she has been shot and he's worried that she might die.
Chloe.
And the second is when they're connecting in the hospital.
So, look forward to seeing you soon, Chloe.
You get the feeling that he's not sure how to react to all the positive emotions, like Chloe's gratitude for saving her and the family bonding between Chloe and Trixie. Lucifer is overly emotional in both of these moments, and therefore out of control. To distance himself from this uncomfortableness, he nearly always uses detective going forward. Number 5. Did anyone say foreshadowing?
Did my father send you?
Yeah, that's a thing.
This is your father's doing. Chloe is his doing. He put her in your path.
So she wasn't sent directly by God, but you have to say he had a hand in Chloe being there and immune to Lucifer's powers. I wonder if it was always meant to be the case that she was sent for Lucifer, or do you think it just lined up nicely for the writers? Let me know in the comments. What a great start to a show. A bit of mischief, humour, a fun murder solved, and a world full of possibilities and great characters. Thanks for watching, and let's see what other secrets we can uncover next time on Nerdy Investigations.